Hey guys, Paradise Game Reviews here, bringing you a complete review of the Jak and Daxter trilogy for the PS2. This game was first introduced to me when I was about 4 or 5 years old, when my cousin gave it to me as a gift for my PS2. Jak and Daxter was made by Naughty Dog, who was also known for the Crash Bandicoot series and the Uncharted series. The development period for the game lasted 2 years, starting in 1999 and ending in 2001. Jak and Daxter was codenamed Project Y in development, and the project only had 2 programmers, as the rest of the Naughty Dog team was working at Crash Team Racing for the PS1. Jak and Daxter ended up releasing in December of 2001 in time for Christmas, where little kids were able to bitch their parents to buy it for them. Jak and Daxter is a 3D open-world third-person view game, kinda like Crash to Insanity, which is also on the PS2. The plot of the Precursor legacy is that Jak travels to Misty Island, which is a mysterious island run by lurkers, which are, well, these things. While exploring the island, a lurker attacks them, and Daxter falls into a pool of dark eco, which is this stuff, and gets transformed into this thing. Daxter is transformed into an ocelot, which is a cross between an otter and a weasel. In this game, the protagonist Jak is an elf-life character with Daxter as a sidekick. Jason Rubin, the co-founder of Naughty Dog, stated that he wanted to make a game where the character felt free to explore and just experience the game. Well, let's put in the disc and start playing. Here we are presented by a nice start screen with a background of the first level. Kinda like Twinsanity. Anyway, let's press start and jump into the game. So we're introduced to a cutscene of Jak and Daxter going to Misty Island on a boat after the green eco-sage said specifically fucking not to, but who cares? Then the main antagonist Goal and Maya make a speech about telling the lurkers to kill anyone who touches the Precursor artifacts, whatever those things are. Oh, they're these things. So then Daxter chats up some bullshit about how he's tired, and then they find a Precursor artifact. Daxter tosses them the artifact and it turns into a glowing bomb. Anyway.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got...
A lurker tries to attack Jak, and then he throws the red glowing capsule of death at him, and then he falls back, accidentally pushing Daxter into the pool of dark eco. So let's talk about the gameplay aspect of the game. The graphics are amazing for its time, and people still base their reviews for 3D platformers off the original Jak and Daxter series. This game uses the chunk loading system that was used in the Crash Bandicoot games on the PS1. Chunk loading is where chunks of the level load depending on where you are, so the game can process more items on the screen. The game had a budget of $14 million and made almost $40 million to date. The controls of the game are amazingly smooth and have a good feel to them. There are many things to do in this game, as the game is free roam and has a variety of collectibles. The objective of the game is to collect 100 power cells, the main collectibles in the game, to destroy Goal and Maya, which are the main antagonists in the game. The 3 main collectibles in the game are power cells, which are these things, scout flies, which are these weird mechanical flies, and precursor orbs, which are these weird egg things. Fun fact. Did you know there's a whole Precursor language and lettering made just for the game? The language is used throughout the game on signs and even the Precursor orbs. The text on the Precursor orbs translates to Naughty Dog on the top row and Madman on the bottom row. Another fun fact about the game is that Naughty Dog licensed a part of the engine they used for Jak and Daxter to Insomniac Games for their Ratchet and Clank series. The soundtrack for the game is done by Mark Mothersbaugh and Josh Menzel, who also did the soundtrack for the Crash Bandicoot games on the PS1. There are 64 tracks in the soundtrack, and many different tracks were made for each level. Also, the voices in the game are amazing. Jak actually never speaks in the first Jak and Daxter game, but does in the other games. Jak and Daxter was highly praised by critics, receiving a perfect 10 out of 10 from official PlayStation Magazine, and a 90 out of 100 from Metacritic. IGN listed the game 8th on their list of the top 25 PS2 games of all time. Douglas C. Perry, a member of IGN's staff, said that Jak and Daxter is a breath of fresh air and an epic action-adventure game, after reviewing the demo build. After its release in late 2001, it went to sell over 1 million copies, promoting it to the greatest hits and reducing the price. To date, Jak and Daxter has sold almost 2 million copies in the US alone. In conclusion, I give this game a 10 out of 10 stars. I honestly don't see many flaws with the game, and the game is really well done. That's all for today, folks. Please subscribe, favorite, or whatever the hell you like to do. Please also subscribe to these other gaming channels listed in the description. Special shout out to the 8-Bit Guru Gamer for having me in his commentaries on his channel. If you guys want to see his channel, link is in the corner and also in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed.